Hello, my name is Nicholas Parsley, and I'm currently the lead developer for another grid visualizer, or AGVis for short. Today, I'd like to give a bit of an introduction to AGVis, along with a tutorial on how to run and install it. Then, at the end of the video, I'd also like to talk a little about the future of AGVis. AGVis is part of the current large-scale testbed software suite. As the name implies, AGVis is a grid-based web program that was originally created to display simulations for power systems. To do this, it relies on two other pieces of software that are also part of LTB, AGVis and DIME. AGVis is the software that actually runs the simulations from formatted Excel files. DIME, or the Distributed MATLAB Environment, is a server and set of clients that allows for passing data between MATLAB, Python, and JavaScript applications. The process for displaying simulations is fairly simple. AGVis, a Python-based application, runs the simulation, passes the data to AGVis, a JavaScript-based application, through DIME. Once AGVis receives the data, it displays it in browser. Now, with that out of the way, I'd like to shift focus to a demonstration. But before we can actually begin, I'd like to mention a few things. First, most of the information in the demo is available in the AGVis documentation. The documentation can be found at agvis.readthedocs.io. That's agvis.readthedocs.io. Second, you'll need to have Docker installed on your device to run AGVis with simulations. And a quick side note for Windows users, as you may have noticed, I'm also using a Windows device. Unfortunately, tmux, one of the commands used to run AGVis, AGVis, and DIME simultaneously, is not available on Windows machines. To work around this, you'll need to download the WSL and integrate it with the terminal application of your choice. Okay, now we can actually get on with the demo. Currently, to run AGVis with simulations, you need to copy three repositories from Current's GitHub. These are AGVis, DIME, and AGVis. Now I'm not going to clone them as I already have them downloaded. Next, we'll move to AGVis and run go.sh build. Now, mine ran fairly quickly. The first time you do this, it'll probably take a couple minutes. The only reason mine went so fast is because I've built it before. Next, we're going to run tmux and go.sh dev2. This will open up a bunch of tmux windows, and if we go to our browser and go to localhost 8810, it should look something like this. This is AGVis. Now if we go back to our terminal and run this command in the bottom window, it'll boot up AGVis to run the WECC simulation. And if we wait a little bit, we'll see the simulation in AGVis. Now, as you may have noticed, mine is running substantially faster than the time should indicate it is. Depending on your device, it'll send the data at different speeds. If you want to display it in real time, you can just reset it with the time bar at the bottom here. And there you go. Now, once you're done with this, you can close out of the AGVis tab and go back to your terminal and run tmux detach. Close all this. Next, you'll do go.sh clean. And this will basically reset everything for you. And if you get that cannot remove temp dime error, do rm-rf/temp dime2. And at that point, you're good to go. You can repeat the process again, starting with building your Docker file, and run AGVis with simulations. And that should just about cover everything you need to know to get AGVis up and running. Now, I'd like to talk a little about the future of AGVis. As I've worked on AGVis, the goal of the project has shifted to making it a more generalized product. This has manifested itself in two different ways: the multi-layer implementation and the independent data reader. The multi-layer implementation is focused on allowing AGVis to interpret and display more than just power systems. The independent data reader is focused on decoupling AGVis from AGVis and DIME. I've worked steadily on both of these, and I foresee that I'll continue to work on them both until AGVis is able to read pre-run simulation data from the user. If you'd like to see the current work done on these, there should be another video about multi-layer up at this time. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was informative, and I will continue to follow the development of AGVis.